Welcome to Midlife Identity. Monica, your host here. Soul searching, connecting dots, solving the puzzle of life. We all are very curious, inquisitive about what life has in store for us. Or sometimes it is the challenges that come by and we just wonder why are they around us or how are we navigating life. Our curiosity leads us to various tools or many things that we keep trying and learning. Yes, and the ones who learn are the ones who grow. Grow in our personality, grow in personal, in various areas of our life. So today, I have a beautiful guest with me, my dear Mehak, who is all into soul searching. And I'm sure you would love to hear from her what soul searching for her it is. What is it all about? Well, let me ask Mehak to introduce herself.
Hi Didi. So my name is Mehak Punjabi and I am a designer and a mother of two and I love everything about life. I love dressing up people. I love dressing up myself. I love cooking. I love basically everything which empowers me and increases my vibration. I am very, very inquisitive about spiritual science. So I have been learning a lot of different modalities about how you can empower myself, and in turn, I can empower the world and all my family, friends, and definitely all who come to me for clothes. How can I empower them too? So that's about me.
Wow, that's so interesting. And the very fact that you want to empower yourself and then in turn empower the world around you is the best gesture I think one can give back to the world where we come. Your curiosity, the thing that you said about loving, you love to dress, you're a designer, a hands-on mom, of course. Yes, cooking skills. Yes, guys, please. I mean, I have tried all the cooking and the clothes. How can I say that? She makes the best clothes, and I look gorgeous. And all that I wear, created by Mehak. You can check out on her Insta, my Insta as well, and you would see the lovely clothes she makes. So now we talk about soul searching, as you said, Mehak, and the different modalities. What is it that led you towards this path?
Thank you for that amazing question. So I feel when I was a child, I always was very inquisitive about spiritual science, and after getting married and after having children, I realized that what am I doing? What is my purpose in life? Um I got into clothes and I used to meet different people in different walks of life, and everybody had some or the other, negative things to talk about themselves. And I also did, but I wouldn't talk about that myself to anybody. So I realized that how can I empower myself and then empower the others? Now, if you're roaming with a glass of wine and if somebody pushes you, so the wine will spill out. So if you're roaming with a glass of happiness and empowerment, if somebody pushes you, that happiness and empowerment will only spill on the other person and myself. So then I realized, I said, why not? Let's do something for others. And clothes has always been my passion. I have always had a passion for fashion. And when I started meeting different people, and I said, how can I build up their confidence? And so I started learning different modalities. I started learning pranic healing when I was just 17, 18 years old. Then I learned tarot. Then I learned access bars. Access foundation is from a practitioner called Dr. Ashish Narayankar. I learned that in 2021. And now lately I have learned a sound healing by my teacher Rima Rora. And sound healing, I felt, is is such an easy modality where I can just play the bells and immediately my vibration changes and I feel happier. So it sound healing is like if you tune into a frequency of 104 FM. You want to listen to 104, so you can't tune into 108. So you have to tune into 104 and then you listen to that frequency and that vibration. So I, according to my experience, it's been that whenever I play my bowls and whenever there are all like there are 7 different chakras in our body, and whenever I play the bowl of different chakras, I feel my entire body gets cleansed, and then in return I become a happier person, and I can give that happiness to others when I see people coming to me for clothes. I mean, I'm more confident, so they are more confident because they completely rely on me. Ki what will I suggest them, and what will I give, what color combinations do I give them. So when I am one with myself, with all my different modalities and practices, is when I can give that to the others at the same time.
Oh, wow. Guys, this is so interesting. Yes. So, what I really loved that you said about the wine, that the wine will spill, or else you have happiness and empowerment will spill from the glass. So, it's so true, right? So, what is within us is what we can spread, and totally, what you believe in is what you're doing. So clothes is a kind of an empowerment for you, where you said people rely on you. You want to help people build their confidence through clothes is what you're looking at. And a very interesting part that you just shared with us is that you would have people speaking negative things and you would feel it but you would not say it and you wanted to move away from it, right? So that all has led you to into practicing all of this to learn to live a better path,
Yes.
where you live positively, you live happy, and you spread that happiness.
Yes.
So I think that's beautiful. And yes, access bars, I have had a session with Mehek. That was an amazing session. I think we need to have another one soon,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Yes, and sound healing too. So, but Mehek, just tell me one thing. It's like you said about access bars, you said sound healing, and you are even, helping people empower through clothes. So, how do you connect all of these modalities together to send out one message?
Okay. So, when I do sound, I practice sound healing every single day for myself in the morning. And so I am one with myself because we are so busy in our lives with so much of hustle bustle and so much of noise on the outside that you have to be one on the inside. And then when I see different people throughout the day, or if somebody comes to me for clothes, so I want to be so sure that I'm suggesting them well, and I'm suggesting what will look good on them, because I love fashion. So I feel when I look at the third person, I want the other people, first of all I want the person themselves to feel very confident that everybody has little bit, I don't call it flaws, everybody has their little perks what they have gained through their life, be it a little flab or be it a little, anything on their body. But I feel Indian bodies are the best and they look really gorgeous in whatever they wear. So when a person comes to me for clothes, when I am so one with myself and I am empowered myself, will I be able to empower them? So when I sit with them, and first I have to do that thing for me. When I sit with them and I suggest them clothes, and they are confused about the color and they are confused about the styles, so then I'm sure I make them try different pieces, try different styles, and when I'm sure about that myself, that when the person will walk out of the door and walk out of that party or into that party, into my creation, and look gorgeous and feel gorgeous, it gives me a completely different high, and it helps me to do this more and more.
Wow. So it's so beautiful. See, it is fashion, passion, as you said, spirituality, mixing it into your work and spreading out through your work.
Yes.
So when you said one with yourself, is when you can help your clients, can help the people who come to you. As many of us are not confident in our own bodies, are not comfortable with our own bodies. So again, a beautiful message that you spread out there about being comfortable about with who you are, accepting who you are, because as you just said that the Indian bodies are beautiful. So beautifully said. I'm sure all of you would be so inspired by her words and empowered by your words, Mehek, that when you talk about Indian bodies, about the confidence that you want people, you want them to dress, believe in themselves.
Yes.
So it's about the whatever you wear, you
Yeah.
believe in yourself
Yeah.
through that.
Yeah.
So clothes is an expression of ourselves,
Yeah.
right? It's an extended personality, what we show up and how we show
Yeah.
up to the world.
Yeah.
So when you show up in the world with the clothes that you wear, so it's an expression of your confidence.
Yes, true.
And many a times people, when we are not very confident in what we are, who we are, and through your clothing, through your styling, through giving them that confidence and that positive thought that what is really going to look good on them. So I'm sure all your clients love you, right?
I'm so
I
happy.
love her. I love her. So yeah, I'm sure. So it is, I love what you have just shared with us about the beauty of clothing, spirituality, empowerment. So if you align all of these, is what you're giving back
Yes.
to the world, giving
Yes.
out to the world. What is it more than this you have lined up, planned, thought? Because, see, as if I just sum up, as you said about clothing, fashion, spirituality, building confidence, empowering people. So you have, in a nutshell, are out there with all of this helping,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So now, as so you have created a vibe.
Yeah.
There is a vibe about around all of this, that when they come to you, they know they are going to be helped with the best,
Yeah.
the right person,
Yeah.
the right attitude,
Yeah.
the positive mindset.
Yeah.
Above this, more and above all of this, what else are you looking at and taking this forward?
So every day I think that what new can I do? What new can I make, and what different things can I do to empower each and everybody around me? Because everybody has a purpose, and all our purpose is related with our uh, whatever we do in life. Our purpose is directly connected to that. That's what I feel, and I have learned and I have studied it, and I'm still trying to study what is my purpose, with what you're good at. So now, lately, I have come up with this new collection called High Vibrational Dresses, and I'm planning to make this dress which one size fits all. So a small to a medium to a large to an extra large to a 2XL can wear that same style, and more of all, you can wear that same free size into all different sizes, and it will fall differently on different body types. So I will be coming up with that collection within a month, and it's called my High Vibrational. The name High Vibrational being is, nobody likes too many fitted clothes. They like to be very comfortable. So when we come from a party in the night and we just want to jump into our pajamas and we want to be comfortable, why not create an outfit where we feel very good about ourselves throughout the day, and we feel good about ourselves in a party? And so this drape of mine is a very comfortable drape, not too sticking to your body, and it's falling beautifully. And at the same time, the best thing about this is, the fabric is, it doesn't bleed. You can home wash it, doesn't require ironing. You can just pull it out of from your wardrobe and just wear it. So keeping all these things in mind, I'm coming up with my new high vibrational dresses.
Wow, it sounds so interesting, so good. So, what I gather from your high vibe dress, the collection, which I'm looking forward to and waiting to grab my bit of the high vibe, It is about, so when you said a few pointers like not sticking to the body, comfortable, going to a party, come back, you're still comfortable and very easy, that easy breezy,
Yeah.
smart, fun, everything encompassing it, right? So, but the high vibe comes here is I think you've given it such an apt name because you do not waste your energy on, looking at all sides into the mirror. Okay,
Yes.
okay, which part of me is not looking good or looking good.
Yeah.
I think, the very positive feeling wearing an outfit which is comfortable and you don't spend too much of energy in breaking it down.
Yeah.
So I think that automatically raises your vibration.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
it is so, right? So I mean, I think once it raises your vibration, so the outfit you wear, you're in another mojo
Yes.
completely. And so rightly said, the high vibe. So
Yes.
am I decoding it correctly?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So okay, aren't you all excited and looking forward for this new collection? And in fact, I'm really impressed. And I never thought of an outfit like a high vibration outfit. I never have even thought in my head, what could be a high vibe outfit. And as now what you said and what I gather and what I understand, I'm sure, when you wear it, coming from you is going to raise your vibration by itself because it is, according to me, the people that we connect with,
Yes.
when they have the positive thinking, high vibe, empowerment, all of it that they want to do,
Yeah.
and they send out a message and they send out a word into the universe as well.
Yeah.
So the ones who come to you, I am sure they just must be like, they are just like a magnet towards you, wherein they would want a bit of that,
Yes.
from you, that energy to increase their vibration or
Yeah.
just go into that kind of, that feeling, that aura around
Yeah.
them.
Yes.
So I'm sure it's going to be, so you're the magnet for them.
I just hope and I pray, and I really want to see people very comfortable into their whatever they wear. So one of this dress, and plus it's very friendly to the pocket. That is my ace motto. That each and every one, it's very easy for them to buy it. So this thought came to me is when COVID struck. So when COVID struck, and I'm into couture garments, and I have a lot of drapes, gowns, and I supply to multi-designer stores. Now, when COVID struck is when everything was at a standstill, and at that time, I started making face masks. Now everybody wanted to look good and into the masks, and they wanted to breathe well in the mask. And I said okay, and I had a whole lot of staff also. They wanted work, and I said very good. And then what happened is I started making face masks, the cotton breathable face masks with a little embellishment, so that when they are even at home or when they go out or even when they are meeting their friends, it looks good, and they have a little embellishment and a little motive on their masks, and it looks good with their attire. Even after COVID and after people started moving out, people started taking more and more masks and they started, so what happened is when my husband started office and he said I can wear the normal mask which you get outside, can you make something which is comfortable for me? And that's when I started making the masks. After masks started, not many people were going out because there was a fear of COVID. Then I said okay, why not dressing up people with my charm tees? And I started making t-shirts with charm embellishments because everybody wanted to go out, they wanted to buy something nice, and they wanted to wear a little embellishment, but they didn't want to wear it too heavy because they were wondering, oh my god, when will this COVID last till? So I started making charm tees, and that's when I realized that people really want to wear different kind of clothing. It should look good. They want to reach out there. They want to go. They want to wear different kind of design clothing. At the same time, it should be very friendly to the pocket. So that's when my face masks, my designer face masks, my charm tees, and now the high vibrational dresses. So whenever I think about how can it contribute to the world, is when I get this idea of making something which can be beneficial to the others. That's when I think the whole whole thing empowers me in a different light, that I feel that I can do things much more than this and with full energy. So even if I'm making the smallest thing as masks and dresses and gowns, I feel my when my vibe is good, will that dress look amazing into my clients. I have also designed for Shefali Shah for Human series, for Filmfare, for Ravina Tandon for Filmfare. Then she's gone for her daughter's birthday. I have styled a lot of celebrities as Ekta Kapoor and Isha Kopikar, and all the pictures are there on my Instagram. And when I look at them and I feel wow, so they like my clothes. It's actually my vibration also goes with each and every garment of mine. Like I know exactly which color, what garment have I picked up, what fabric have I picked up from where. So it's like an entire me, my vibe going with that garment, and the person wearing it, I feel I can also empower them.
Wow, this is so impressive. Beautiful. You know, the very passion is there in every breath that you spoke. All that you shared with us, so we can actually feel. Guys, you all are not here, but you have to feel the vibration of this room right now, the aura. It's a beautiful aura we are having. And definitely what you said, you know, what clothes you style for all of them. They are celebrities, everybody's been wearing all your beautiful garments. Definitely, as you said, your aura, your vibration definitely passes on, because everything is energy, everything is in the air, in the, you know, aura around us. And that energy, that vibration is like a magnet, which just we spoke about.
Yes.
And people just have to wear outfits, right?
Yes.
They have to wear it. Speaking of clothes, your passion, and you have so many modalities that you practice, and so much, you know. And the best, I love the very fact is that modalities and clothes, you
Yeah.
just put together and it's just one.
Yes.
It's one. It's, you know, and that's like universe calling.
Yes.
It feels so, right?
Absolutely.
So now tell us a little more about you yourself as a person. Who is Mehak? Clothes, yes. Spirituality, yes. Children, family. Who is Mehak?
So, uh, now I don't know where to start this from. So, Mehek is so I started learning, I started gaining my identity. I feel before marriage, so I'm 21 years married, and before marriage, I feel we all are like very childlike, and everything is very, everything is there, and whatever you do, it's okay. But I feel after marriage, you get kids and you get a lot of responsibilities, and how can you have that element of fun into that responsibility? How can you always be childlike? So there's this very nice line which I always tell all my friends and families and my clients. So when you throw a child in the air, the child is very happy and the child is not worried that somebody is catching him down or no. So we all have to be that childlike personality each and every time in our lives. We should not be bothered ki we should always be into that childlike moment all the time, you know, by doing like these little small thrills that we get in life, what we used to do when back in college days. And by like now there are so many fun things happening, like there are making reels, what people say. And there are like different pictures, you get go for so many trips. And so my kids also tell me that mama, you always keep the fun alive. So I feel the fun element is very necessary in our day-to-day life, and that should never go. And so I feel Ekta or Mehek all together should is a sum of Ekta and Mehek both. Ekta is my name before marriage and Mehek is after marriage. So I feel each and every one of us has that element in them. They have a childlike element in them. We just fear with our surroundings, by the people around us, we fear and we bury that. So we always have to keep that alive. My modalities like access bars and sound healing helps it to be alive all the time. And I feel when I'm into that childlike state, where I'm in a fun loving state, when I'm not worried about anybody's judgments, when I'm not worried about judgments, I definitely don't have a fear. And when I'm always not worried ki, oh, if I do this, what will that person think about me? Or if I wear this, what will that person think about me? That's judgment. That's completely out of my system. It took me a long time for it to get out of my system, but slowly with all the practices, modalities, it has got out. And I feel, we are served in a, like, so we kabhi hum log ka dil karta hai ki we want to have Chinese food or Italian food or any different kind of food. So the same way we have been served so many different things in our lives, even as chanting. People are into chanting, people are into, they visit the temple. So what is the temple also is just raising your vibrations. And I believe a lot in God. I believe a lot in the higher power. I go to my temple, Hanuman Mandir, every single day. I chant the Hanuman Chalisa. It gives me a lot of strength. So at one point of time, I want a lot of strength, so I do Hanuman Chalisa chanting. Then at one point of time, I chant the Lalita Sarasnam if I want a lot of guidance in what I should do. Dr. Ashish introduced me to that. Then I chant all different mantras in my life if I want something. So we are blessed. And now because of YouTube, everything is there in our lives. It's just on a click and we get that. So all these all together, it empowers me, and it lets me be that happy person what I should be always, because only if I'm happy can the other person around me be happy. So I try to do that, and I try to do my chanting and my all my empowerment things throughout the day. And that's all. And I like to go party a lot, and I like to be out with my family and my friends.
Wow, we have a lovely Mehak with so much under her belt. So, Mehak, so beautifully you shared with us about the chanting, the mantras that you do, and the fears, how you kept aside, the judgment, what you had about people, what would they think, believing in, because we've all been raised in such a way that it's about the environment which has affected us. So, the environment, our families, friends, everybody decides what we should be, how we conduct ourselves, and layers of have been formed over, and slowly we peel off the layers when we learn.
Yes.
When did you first feel that you have to start peeling these layers?
So, so I was very busy in my life, busy in getting married, busy in having children. So when I delivered my second son, that is nearly 12 years back, 13 years back, he's 13 now, and my elder son is 18. So when I delivered my second son, and I was wondering, what am I doing? Like, what is life? And life is not always about just cooking and partying and going out and doing clothes, and it's like so monotonous. And I said, what am I thinking? Like, I started thinking deep within, and I started thinking that, am I really happy? Am I really happy for myself? So I started giving a lot of importance to myself. When I started loving myself, is I realized that everybody around me started loving me. So the first rule I want to tell all your audience and mine too is that we all should just love ourselves first. It's not that it's being selfish. I feel we all are born on this earth alone. We have not been born with anybody. So when God gave birth to us singly, like we were born alone, is He said that we have to give ourselves importance. And in that, we put everybody in front and we put ourselves last. But then, not selfishly, but when we put ourselves first, we are happy, and our soul is happy. And that's when we can make the other person happy. So for me, myself is of utmost importance. If I feel, and when I'm happy, and when I make some clothing which is nice, I mean that my clothing has like 100% value. When I even cook something, and my kids tell me to cook every single day, and they make sure that I make something, because they say, Mama, we want whatever you will cook. Even if you cook French fries, I'm okay about it, but you should cook every day. and I love cooking. So my those vibes are going into that food and in their stomachs. So they are also happy beings. So I try to all the time make sure that I pass and I empower each and every one coming into my life.
Wow, that's such a beautiful way of putting it, that, about spreading happiness. And as you said, if you're happy, when you are happy, can you make everybody else happy? Cooking for your family, yes, I totally believe in this. Okay, even if we have help, but even as you said, just French fries, our children are so happy having whatever we,
Yes.
make for them, and they look forward to eating just that little bit.
Yeah.
They don't care about the spread,
Yeah.
but they care about that one dish or
Yeah.
one speciality
Yeah.
made by the mom, then whatever it is, and it is most loved.
I
So, but
agree.
and this is where the happiness, as you said, it passes on from within you
Yeah.
and goes on to the children, and they are also happy.
Yes.
So this is the vibration that we pass, and self love, which you spoke about, which is
Yes.
so important. So lately, yes, we've been reading everywhere about self love. Self love is so, it's not selfish. So the difference between self love and selfish, I believe, is selfish would one person would be selfish is only when they have vested interests,
Yeah.
rather
Absolutely.
than so self love is always there, it's always been there, but it's given a tag of selfish because
Yeah.
of the vested interests.
Yeah.
And I think misusing the power of self love,
Yeah.
where it's the whole thing got construed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when people started. Then, we got the new feed that self love is selfishness.
Yes.
That was the new feed we
Yeah.
got. Well, now, luckily, again, it's broken down,
Yeah.
and we have got the actual meaning of what self love is. It's
Yeah.
about being happy and spreading happiness.
Yes.
So, for me, also, I believe in self love, and for me, self love is all about. For me, I'm talking about from myself, it would be about self reflection,
Yeah.
self knowledge,
Yeah.
and self respect.
Yeah.
I think once these three categories of mine are fulfilled,
Yes.
I believe that yes, I mean, that is self love.
Yes.
Because then it gives you a completeness from within,
Yeah.
where you feel complete. You don't feel that, you're, doing whatever you're doing makes you happy,
Yeah.
empowers you, empowers everyone
Yeah.
else. And when, as rightly you said, Meg, you are happy, you make the world happy
Happy.
around you. And it's always so, I've always believed the women play a very important role in everybody's happiness.
Yes.
It's the moms, the women, everyone who plays such an important role, and sadly, we underestimate that.
Yes.
Now, when I say underestimate, I'm not saying that we want to wear crowns
Yeah.
and be the reigning queens, though
Yeah.
we are.
Yes. The
We
hidden
are.
crown. We have the hidden,
Hidden crown, absolutely. So, being the reigning queens, but it is, about us who balance out a family.
Yeah.
If we are stable, we are balanced, we are centered, we bring up a very centered family.
Absolutely.
And even if I think, sometimes, like, with children, with family, everybody has their own, ways of living. But if we as women know the art,
Yeah.
learn the art, understand the art of having a centered home.
Yeah.
So, not that everybody has that innate sense,
Yeah.
but I think we can all learn.
Yes.
We can all be aware of where is the balance ticking.
Yeah.
So, every home has a center, some balances go off, but as women of the home, if we just understand where it is ticking, the balance is going, be more aware, be more reflective about things,
Yeah.
understand things better, be open to learning, gain more knowledge, I am sure
Yeah.
we can, have a home with a very good balance. What is your take on this?
So I feel every day in my life, I'm only speaking about me because with me, I can change the world. So from like the smallest part of me can make a difference around me. So when I try to raise a happy child or raise happy children is when they will also make a difference to the others. So for me, my surroundings, if they are happy, I feel I have done my bit. Now it's up to them where they can do their bit. But everybody has different, they have different people they meet in their different walks of life. So like I feel let them meet, but when they come back to my house and when they meet me or my friends, I meet my friends, I see to it that I understand them and at the same time I empower them. But yes, I definitely keep that self respect line, which is very necessary. I also strongly believe that when there is self respect, is when you love yourself much more. And that also promotes me to do better. And I feel is my I can empower, I can impart that same knowledge into my children as well.
Wow, very well said. It's absolutely true. So, even like children, friends, they all have their own thoughts. They meet everyone. Our kids, if we are talking about family, the family setup, children go out, meet people, they absorb a lot and they come.
Yes.
And then for them to understand what they have absorbed is right or wrong, does it fall into our family values or
Yeah.
doesn't fall into our family values?
Yeah.
So I'm sure it is us again
Yeah.
who impart so much to our children
Yeah.
for them to be able to decide or to judge and understand.
Yes.
As you said, draw the line of self respect, self understanding,
Yeah.
where when they come back home, they know where they are. And
Yeah.
even when they step out, they know where they are going
Yeah.
from where they are going.
Yeah. Very true.
So, all this I'm sure comes from a place if we as mothers are totally centered,
Yeah.
balanced, more understanding, and more open and understanding our children.
Yeah.
Each child would be different.
Yeah. True.
Each has their own capacity, their own limitations, and their own ways of understanding and how they would want to give out what they learn.
Yeah.
So, as mothers, I think, or parents, we should actually be more, understanding to our child rather than judging our own children.
Yes.
What, as a mom, do you do?
So, my kids definitely, when I was not very spiritually awakened, or I should say, when I didn't even know what evolving is. I started. I used to learn. I used to be very inquisitive about spiritual science, but then, after getting married and after having children, as I started actually getting deep inside spiritual science and started get to know what is evolving mean. Uh, so I started believing in evolvement is because when I wanted to be happy all the time, be one, because I knew that my kids were relying on me completely, and they wanted a mother who knows everything. So they actually feel that my mother can even fly a plane. So my mother knows it all, from even. I drive everything, like I do everything in the world because I want them to do everything. Like how they say that you should be jack of, or you should not be jack of all and king of one. I feel you should be jack of all. You should
Totally
know
agree.
each and everything. Nothing in the world
Totally
can stop
agree.
you. So I started empowering my kids. I didn't. Earlier, I used to be okay, a little worried that everybody was into everything. We went to that circle where all the kids knew everything, and we wanted our kid to do our best, and we started putting in them in all the possible classes. But nowadays, kids are very evolved, so they have come into the jet age, and they know it all. So my elder son used to tell me that no, mom, I don't wish to do this. This is not making me happy. I will not do this. I do want to study abacus. I want to study normal math. And I said, okay. And I should be like, I don't know why my son doesn't want to study. And the other one would say, I don't want to do drawing, but my elder one is very good at drawing. So I said, but why you do drawing? You should also do. Then later I left it and I felt that whatever they want, let them get an interest in whatever they want to do. Because each and every person is very different. Everybody has a different identity and a different life that they'll be living. But at the same time, they have to be happy beings. So I left them and they found their own path. But at the same time, I was right behind them. And me and my husband are very supportive to whatever the kids want to do. And we come up with a joint decision. So it's not like if I say A and my husband is saying Z, it's like we come into the midterms and he says, okay, we discuss it apart from the kids knowing, and we don't like to discuss in front of the kids because they shouldn't know that I should side, like I should tell my mother or I should tell my father. The father mother will side one thing itself. So all these collectively made me a much more sounder mom and a much more happier mom. And I want that all both my kids should come back to me, and they should tell me first if anything they want any help, because once they go outside into the world, and if they ask help or if they have any fear about us, and they'll ask a third person, and that third person can be wrong. So when they ask their parents, we are two, and we jointly can guide them right. So they come to ask for guidance, and I feel even you're doing a wonderful job. And I always used to look up to you, and because you've raised two amazing kids, very well brought up. I have been telling you this since the day I've got married.
Thank
They're
you.
very well brought up, and they used to respect each and every one. They used to acknowledge. I feel acknowledging each and every one is of utmost importance for me, because that shows what a humble a person is and what their background is. So these are very small things in my life which I give a lot of importance to. But I have seen your kids, how they have grown into such amazing children.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Well, wow. I don't know what to say. But yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think parenting takes, everything out of you.
Yeah.
Right? Everything. So, as all the things that you just shared with us is what totally I have believed in, and I have followed each bit of it. And when you said, children, we have to build trust in our
Yeah.
children, wherein whenever in need, they should come to us.
Yeah.
So not go to their friends. So for me also, I mean, when you talk about being a parent, it was always that we as parents have the experience, we have the faith, we have the trust. The children should definitely turn to us, and
Yeah.
not because the friend may not have as much of knowledge,
Yeah.
understanding, or the powers what the parent can do.
Yeah.
In you never know anytime whatever happens, so we are always there, so we should build that trust.
Yeah.
And hats off to you to do that. Wow. So I think now if we just talk about Mehak spirituality, 100 points. A mom, 110 points. A designer. Well, I think all people, you all the audience can give her the points. I to give her all 1,000 plus points because I love her clothes. So in all the areas, you have actually, being a mom, a wife, a daughter-in-law, a designer, into spirituality, helping people, empowerment, all of these various fields. You have, encompassed all of them to become one person, because like me being an existential well-being coach, for us existential, what we learn, what we understand is at each level, that is our physical level, our social, our personal, and the spiritual, is what we live together at one time.
Yeah.
So physical is about, the material world, our friends, and what we gain.
Yeah.
Maybe our income, education, whatever. Social is the standing, your reputation, your, relation with the people outside of your home in the world. And the personal is your talents, your attributes, your abilities. Spirituality, yes, of course, you know it. It's all about the modalities and all that you practice and what you believe in the higher power, believe about the vibration, your energy. So you are actually, on all the four levels, you are balancing it out so beautifully, so beautifully. And I'm sure our audience would have really, really learned a lot from you today, understood so much that life is so beautiful. Make the most of it.
Yes.
Unnecessary stress we take in life for little things which is not required.
Absolutely.
Things can be simplified. Life is not complicated. Life is very, very simple. It's a beautiful journey. Yes, it has its challenges. It comes with a package.
Yeah.
But you have to know how to accept the package, open the package, store the package, get rid of the package. So we have to know this art. And I think, we all should just live up to, understanding about ourselves.
Yes.
Understanding what are your talents, understanding what you are good at, what are your strengths, or what you believe in, or what you would know.
Yeah.
And I think the purpose in life, if one would say, what's the purpose of life? So now again, this is something what I have been reading. everybody speaks about purpose of life. We all are reading about it. But then suddenly I came across an article which spoke about purpose of life put pressure on someone.
Oh my
So
God.
the pressure was, oh my God, I don't have a purpose. Why don't I have a purpose? It was like as good as having a career.
Yeah.
Like you should have a career in life, but
Yeah.
then why don't I have a career?
Yeah.
Where is it going? So it's
Yeah.
why don't I have a purpose? So I believe that purpose is something which you feel within.
Yeah.
Do you agree to that?
Absolutely.
It is not about a career that you're searching for, or you're giving your aptitude tests and wondering in what I am good and what I am not good. So there's no
Yeah.
need to take any
Yeah.
pressures for purpose. It just comes from within, and it'll come from within when it is when you face challenges probably, or you have responsibilities, or you want to do better, understand better, and when you're always on the learning curve,
Yeah.
when you're ready to grow and learn all the time. So I think it just comes from within that, yes, we are all out there. We want to understand better and we want to know why are we here.
Yeah.
And it is not about having a purpose and doing something. It's just about understanding better.
Yeah.
So which definitely transcends you towards your personal qualities, towards spirituality. And I think the path just keeps unfolding and
Right.
illuminating.
Yeah.
Yes, don't you agree
Absolutely.
to
I
that?
totally agree.
Yes. So, Mehak, your last message to our audience?
So I just want to say is be humble. That's very, very important. We have to always be kind, and because you never know what the other person is going through. And be always a childlike person. Be always happy. Don't worry about what is going to happen tomorrow. Live your today because today is a present. I mean it. Today is a present, and always vibrate high. I feel be grateful for a lot of things which are around us. God has given us a lot. We once we cherish that, once we think about that, God gives us more and more of it. So when you're into that frequency of gratitude, of being grateful, is God says, okay, I think she likes more of it. I should give her more of it. So you should always be very grateful in life for a lot of things, and you'll keep be blessed with a lot of more and more of things which you will be grateful for. Thank you so much.
Wow, what beautiful words. The last few words, all that you told us, and of course, all that you have shared with us, is something that we should all hold on to. It's like actually how the universe works. It is how we each one of us should follow this to the T, because the universe just works and it is just love and happiness, humbleness, kindness, compassion is what we should live. We should all live by. Mehek wants to add a few words.
So, in this entire podcast, I just wanted to tell you this, that each and every person in your life always empowers you with something. When you meet a person, they definitely leave something in our hearts and in our minds, which I take it as that I should inculcate in my day to day living. I have learned with this podcast that Monica has helped me to speak my heart without being judgmental, without being with being always ready to listen to what I want to say. And that's where I could spill out everything from my heart, whatever I wanted. So really kudos to you for listening with all your heart, and making me do this podcast and making me feel so comfortable. It looks like I'm just having a conversation.
Oh wow. Thank you for that. Thank you. But I think you have been such a darling and you've been just relaxed and you're so happily sharing with us all your thoughts. And I think again it is very courageous to share all of these thoughts. Because see, as we are all evolving from a state of being where we are so used to, what people say, how would be the reactions, or
Yeah.
should I say this, shouldn't I say. But you were so easy, so beautifully you were expressed every thought, and the learnings, my today's audience are in for a packet of learning. Please, when you sit for this podcast, take your notebook, take your pens, and start noting down every little word which Mehek has shared with us. The little learnings. One thing what I loved one of the things, not one thing, one of the things which you just now told us about, be childlike. And you gave us the example of when a father or a mother, just throws the child into the air and the child is laughing, be that happy child.
Yeah.
I would just add to that same thought that when the parent is throws you out up into the air and the child is laughing, giggling, smiling, be the same as Mehek said, and trust the universe, because the child trusts the parent will
Yeah.
hold me back.
Yeah.
The child never fears.
Yeah.
So whenever you throw the child up into the air, the child is laughing, giggling, and trusts the parent, because the parent is the angel, the parent is the universe for
Yeah.
that child, because the child knows nothing else. So it trusts that yes, my parent will hold me back and I won't, fall or hurt or anything. So similarly, I would just add to it is that just trust the universe. Just throw yourself out into the universe, and the God, the high power, whatever you believe in, is always holding your hand, has your back. So yeah, just trust and be out there and be happy and keep smiling, childlike.
Yeah. Universe has your back.
Universe has your back. So I think on this beautiful note, we end today's podcast. And thank you so much, Mehek, for joining us, sharing your insights, your wisdom, and so much I got to learn from you. So much. It was a wonderful, wonderful evening we've had. It, as you said, it just felt like chit chatting, having a lovely conversation over lovely hot chai and sharing our thoughts. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for letting me speak my heart out, and thank you for being so nice in front of me that I could just spill out my heart out to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and wow. And so, yes, our dear listeners, I hope you would enjoy every bit of this podcast. Tune in and share it with your friends as well. So, we'll catch up very soon on our next episode. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much.